This mini lesson is going to look at how to calculate the surface area and volume for a sphere. Here we have some information about our sphere and how it's related to a cylinder. The surface area of the sphere is related to the curved surface area of the cylinder that encloses it. So we're looking at that. What's that surface area for the cylinder? That's related to our sphere. The cylinder has the same diameter as the sphere, and its height is also equal to its diameter. So what we would have here, diameter is 2r, and then we would also have the radius. So this is a sphere that fits exactly inside the cylinder. We're going to use that information to look at how do we derive the formula. Now the formula for the surface area is quite straightforward. If you just want to memorize it, this is it for a sphere, 4 pi r squared. Well, I want to show you where that comes from. So we said if we take the surface area of the cylinder, that's 2 pi r h. Okay, so that is for that lateral surface area. But we know now that h for our sphere is 2r, right? It's the diameter, which is 2 times the radius. So this gives me 4 pi r squared. And that's where the formula is coming from. Do you need to know that? No, but do you need to know the surface area? Yes. So you need to know the formula is 4 pi r squared. So let's look at doing a question, shall we? Let's find the surface area of this sphere. So if I'm just looking for the surface area, that's 4 pi r squared. My radius in this case is 6. So 4 times 6 squared is 144 pi. And that gives me 452. And we're dealing in inches, so this would be inches squared, or square inches as we call it. So 452 square inches. So very straightforward with these formulas. Now when a sphere is cut in half, two hemispheres are formed. All right, so if I wanted to find that surface area, it seems like, oh, I can just divide it by 2. However, we have to worry about the fact that the surface area, I can just divide that surface area by 2, but I must also add in the area of the circle that's formed. As if I'm doing the surface area, right, it would just do this outer part. But now I have to worry about that part as well, right? That surface. So let's find the surface area of the hemisphere with a radius of 6 inches. And what we had said before, for our surface area, it was 4 pi r squared, but it's a hemisphere, so let's divide that by 2. And we're going to add in the flat surface of that circle, the area of that, which is pi r squared. So this gives me 2 pi r squared plus pi r squared, 3 pi r squared. So you could think of, oh, if I'm going to the surface area of the hemisphere, right, and I'm going to take in that base, it's 3 pi r squared. So let's put in some numbers. 3 times pi r was 6 squared, and so we should get 339 square inches. If we do it that way. Of course, if we don't take in that circle, so we're just cutting our sphere in half and we were laying it on top of the golf hole, we weren't counting in that circle, okay, because it's just going to lie on the turf, then we would just have to have half of the surface area. Now let's look at the volume. So volume is 4/3 pi r cubed. Straightforward. I'm not going to look at how this is derived. It's a little bit more complicated. My radius cubed, so this is 6 cubed. To find the volume, just going to use our calculators to put the information in. So I have 6 to the power of 3 times pi times 4 divided by 3. And I got 904.7, so let's say 905 cubic inches. Just straight using the formula. And that is how to find the surface area and volume of a sphere.